This is going to be big political news, although it's been floating around on the internet for a number of months. Mother Jones, the online site, the magazine as well, has published a 67-second soundbite. It is of Mitt Romney at a fundraiser at the Boca Raton, Florida home of a fellow by the name of Mark Letter earlier this year. We're going to go ahead and play it, and then we're going to tell you what he has said about it since. Listen, he's directing his attention at who is going to vote for him come November. Listen.
There are 47% of the people who will vote for the president no matter what. All right, there are 47% who are with him, who are dependent upon government, who believe that they are victims, who believe that government has a responsibility to care for them, who believe that they're entitled to health care, to food, to housing, to you name it. But it's an entitlement, and the government should give it to them. And they will vote for this president no matter what. And I mean, the president starts off with 48, 49, 43. He starts off with a huge number. These are people who pay no income tax. 47% of Americans pay no income tax. So our message of low taxes doesn't connect. And he'll be out there talking about tax cuts for the rich. I mean, that's what they sell every 4 years. And so my job is not to worry about those people. I'll never convince them that they should take personal responsibility and care for their lives.
So he says not to worry about those people, and that'll be the statement that echoes. But if you see the context of what he says that, he's just saying as if, I don't know if I can convince those people to ever vote for me.
Sure.
But it'll be posed as, I don't care about those people. But that is the reality, and it is almost as if you were brought into a strategy session. Mitt Romney knew about this, I think, at one point, so he quickly went out and tried to get in front of it, and he responded last night. Listen.
It's not elegantly stated, let me put it that way. I'm speaking off the cuff in response to a question, but it's a message which I'm going to carry and continue to carry, which is, look, the president's approach to people who aren't not paying taxes because, frankly, my discussion about lowering taxes isn't as attractive to them, and therefore I'm not likely to draw them into my campaign as effectively as those who are in the middle. This is really a discussion about the political process of winning the election, and of course I want to help all Americans have a bright and prosperous future, and I'm convinced that the president's approach has not done that and will not do that.
So the first 50 seconds of what he said in that secretly taped interview is nothing that he wouldn't say publicly. I think that the last two lines are what the people are going to jump on, which were, so my job is not to worry about those people. I'll never convince them that they should take personal responsibility for their lives. That's going to go to play into this whole thing that Mitt Romney can't relate to middle-class people, that he doesn't care about the lower 50% of this country, and that, I think, is what's going to be the big headline throughout the day, not the actual mathematical points that he's making those last two lines.
Well, you know what he said? He said 47% probably wouldn't vote for him, essentially, but he never said, I'm not going to not work for them. I'm not going to do my best to get them off of food stamps. I'm not going to do my best to get them jobs in this tough economy. But perhaps he's got a point. When you take a look at a brand new Gallup poll that came out yesterday, and the question was, should the government do more to solve America's problems? 67% of Democrats said yes, government should do more. When you take a look at the aggregate, all Americans, only about 40% think the government should do more.
So how'd they get this video? It turns out there's a few different sources. One out there right now is a freelancer who wants a full-time job. He is Jimmy Carter's grandson. He's James Carter IV. He evidently is listed as a researcher for this, and if you look at his Twitter account, he talks about wanting a full-time job. So he went and found this on the internet. It's been out there for a while, and he's able to take this, get it to Mother Jones, and they're able to. So I imagine this might be good enough to get him that position.
Sure.
I mean, it just goes to show that in this day of social media and cell phones, and I mean, every single thing that you say or do is going to be on tape.